Well, I did not think my comeback video to YouTube would be this. Hello everybody, I am back posting another YouTube video. Some of you have probably already read the title, but if you have been following me on Instagram, you've already would have been in the know. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You would have already been in the know. If you have been following me on Instagram, you would have already known that I have been feeling kind of sick the past couple days, and I have COVID. Here's my at-home test to prove it. Feeling like a beauty guru. And it kind of looks like a pregnancy test, but it's not, unfortunately. Actually, so before I kind of address or update you guys based on my last video, let's kind of just get into what has led up to this moment. Because this week was just... I want to wipe it from my memory. So to start my week off, I'm feeling pretty exhausted because I hadn't gotten a good night of rest. So I wake up that morning, tired and hungry, and I go to make myself breakfast. And what did I choose? I decided I wanted to eat a bagel. You can't go wrong with a freaking bagel. Or so I thought. So like I said, I'm pretty tired and I'm hungry, so I'm kind of just making it with my eyes half closed. Come to find out, that bagel had mold on it. And I didn't find out until later when my sister had sent a picture of the rest of the bagel package with spots of mold over quite literally the entire thing. And somehow I did not realize that it was also on mine that I ate, which is freaking disgusting. So yeah, that's fantastic, that's great. Let's move on with the week, why don't we? So the week progresses, I'm still not getting sleep. Wednesday felt like shit, my throat started hurting really bad, and by the end of the school day, I was so tired, I just wanted to go to bed, which is what I ended up doing. I went straight to my bed and fell asleep. And then when I woke up, I was having the worst body aches. I hate body aches because it makes me feel so weak and my shoulders were just so tense, just like this. Told my mom, I was like, I don't think I can go to school. I'm feeling very sick, very weak. She's like, okay, get some rest. We'll see how you feel. So that following Thursday, I still had some symptoms and I was feeling pretty under the weather, but I had not broken a fever yet. So I kind of thought that, okay, I'll be fine. I'll just take some medication. This will be over in an instant. And then I woke up that Friday morning with a fever of about 100 degrees, which was not well. I was not doing well at all. But it wasn't until this morning that my dad suggested that I probably should do a test, just in case. And you know, I was thinking about it too. I was like, symptoms related to COVID, probably want to get tested. Thankfully, the CDC had sent us those at-home tests, so that was very convenient. We just cracked one open and I did it, and therefore I tested positive, which was just fantabulous, honestly. Highlight of my day. But based on the days that I started getting symptoms, I calculated the days that I'm supposed to quarantine, which according to the CDC right now, people who are vaccinated only need to quarantine for 5 days. Also, yes, I am vaccinated. I have not gotten my booster yet, which I will be doing very soon in the future because I do not want to deal with this again. But I just want to make clear that just because I am vaccinated and I did get COVID does not mean that the vaccine does not work. Had I not been vaccinated and I had gotten COVID, I would have had way worse symptoms and I probably even could have died. My symptoms were easily subsided when I took medication, so had I not been vaccinated, that probably would not have been the case. I probably would have had to have been hospitalized. I just wanted to make that clear because I didn't want you guys to think that I was just one of those idiots who thinks, oh, well, what's the point of getting vaccinated if I'm just gonna get COVID? What's the point of brushing your teeth if you're just gonna eat again? What's the point of making your bed where you're just gonna lay in it? That's the same type of logic. So yeah, I do have COVID and I do have to quarantine for 5 days. So in the meantime, I have all the time in the world to catch you guys up about what's been going on in my life. In case you guys are unaware, my last video I basically talked about how I was gonna be taking a break from YouTube for a while just because my mental health was kind of plummeting. I was losing motivation. I also mentioned how I was starting therapy, but I just wanted to update you guys just so you're in the know. So yes, I have been getting my motivation back back. So I hope I will be able to make a lot more videos for you guys and put out a lot more videos for you guys. Now, just because my motivation is starting to come back and my mental health has gotten a little bit better, I wouldn't necessarily credit that towards my therapist that I have right now. And I'm not saying that therapy did not work. I just don't connect with the therapist that I have right now. So I am going through the process of switching. One of the things that kind of sucks about seeking help for your mental health is that therapist hopping, pretty common, because sometimes you figure out that this one therapist, even though they're great and I'm sure they're, you know, good at their job and they're good at what they do, I just did not connect with her in that way. And I'm the type of person where I need to have a connection with someone for it to actually feel like something is working. So you're probably wondering, well, if therapy wasn't the reason why you got better, why did you get better? I don't fucking know. Like, sometimes I really just go through phases where I'm just really sad and depressed and my mind is just weighing me down so bad that I'm literally just like, I can never come back from this. Oh my god, I literally want to die so bad. To I was being very dramatic. So I guess even though I'm in my I'm fine phase right now, if something were to go south, hopefully I will have a new therapist by then. But if not, I'm sure I'll be able to coast through it. I've done it before. I can do it again.
Are you sure about that?
So besides my process of therapy, I guess I can just kind of update you guys a little bit on my life and what's going on, besides from the fact that I have COVID. So this is my senior year of high school. There's a lot of exciting things like spring break, senior skip day, graduation that is coming up for me pretty soon. So I am excited to film videos and produce content for you guys for that. So then obviously that kind of means I'm going to be moving on to a new chapter of my life, and that kind of is me deciding where I want to go to college. Now, if you asked me last year if I wanted to go to college, I probably would have just flat out said no. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't think I was going to be able to afford anything, but in the back of my mind, I knew what I always wanted to do was to travel, and I wanted to experience new cultures. I wanted to experience a society that was a lot more progressive in their views more than the closed-mindedness of America. Like, have you lived here? It's pretty terrible. But studying abroad, when you first think of it, there's a lot of challenges like the cost, having to potentially learn a whole new language, leaving people who you've grown up with, your friends, your family, and going to a completely new country where you know no one. That can be a challenge. But for me, I low-key don't care. So basically through this year, I discovered that I wanted to go to the Netherlands. I never necessarily thought of the Netherlands as like a specific place that I wanted to live, but after doing a lot of research, I realized that the Netherlands actually checks off a lot of my boxes of like what I want to experience when I go to college. Another reason why I chose the Netherlands was because a lot of them actually do speak English there, which I'm not opposed to learning a new language. I actually do want to learn Dutch before I actually head out there because I think it'll give me a little bit of an advantage getting like jobs and stuff like that. But to be very fluent in a language within a year while also learning it in a completely different country that doesn't necessarily speak it as one of the top languages, it would be kind of difficult. So I am gonna be trying to learn some Dutch, but I doubt I'll be fluent by the time I get there, so we will see. However, I did miss the deadline for the application process. It was in February, so I will have to apply for next fall of 2023, which I guess is a good thing because in the meantime I can just save up a ton of money before I go. But I do not know for sure if I'm in yet, obviously because I have not applied yet. So I will be taking a lot of time in between to make sure that, you know, I have the qualifications to go and that they will hopefully accept me. I'm really hoping that they do. So you're probably wondering, well, Sierra, what are you gonna major in? I am happy to say that I actually figured out that I'm pretty interested in either something sociology or something kind of political science. My senior year, second semester, I actually took a class called sociology. Well, I actually didn't take it, I was just put into it, and I actually discovered that I really like it, and it's something that I've been kind of like wanting to do because like I've always been the type of person where I'm like, why do people act the way that they do? But I think something you should consider when you're narrowing down what you want to study, think about what is something that you really want to learn about. Because for me, I knew the things that I enjoyed, I wanted to keep separate from my career career. And just because I was good at something doesn't mean that I wanted to pursue it as a career. What is something that you're passionate about learning? That is kind of, I think, the good gateway that will lead you into picking a career that you're actually happy with. So let's hope I don't change it. And let's hope I enjoy it. But yeah, that's kind of like a little life update. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and until next time, stay inside if you have COVID. Bye, y'all. Look who's inside again. Went out to look for a reason to hide again.